All right, hey everyone, good morning. This is the first semi-major project that I'm tackling here on our new homestead. Besides standard property cleanup and moving in, unpacking, and setting up the house, but all that stuff nobody wants to know about. This is going to be the corner post, the first post that I've concreted in that's actually going to divide this pasture area right here. So half of this pasture is going to be my orchard, and I really want this fence in so I can get started on my orchard, because it's got to be one of the first things that you do is plant your trees to get your orchard started, because it takes so long to produce. So I need to keep my animals, my goats, out of this area or they'll just eat my trees. Also over here my greenhouses are going to go. So when we moved in, we pretty much had this barn area, small corral that we keep the horses in. We let the goats out here. That's really all we got as far as what we can do with the animals. That's why I need to put this fence to separate it. So we'll leave this as a small corral area or paddock, and then this will be a small orchard right here. Or not an orchard, but a small pasture for the horses and the goats to go in temporarily. But yeah, so it wasn't raining this morning when I started this project, but you didn't miss much. So let me show you really quick. So basically these corrals are my temporary fence so I could work in here without the animals getting in. I pulled this wood post out using my tractor and the bucket. It was about 3 feet in the ground, so we just yanked it out with a chain. It was there. Set this temporary fence up so I could work, and I pulled the fence, the barbed wire, and this field fence away so I could get in here. Just dug out the hole a little bit. Ooh, it is slippery out here. Shoot dang. And then concreted my post in. Now this is not looking level to my eye. It looks kind of crooked, but I need to get that level on there. It's pretty much spot on, so I know that my post is level. And I had to take a break while it was raining, and then I came out here really quick to fill this hole with concrete. So pretty much all I got to do now is shore this area up right here so that my goats don't try to squeeze out of there tonight. That way it gives that post some time to dry. Man, that really does look crooked, but I'm telling you, it's eye games for sure. So that is in there. Might be slightly off, but that's okay. All right, first corner post. So they'll be fenced that way, and there'll be a gate right here. So that's why I put that. This is a 4-inch steel post. As you can see, 4 inches. It's a pretty fat one. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. So 2 things. First, it seems that there's always much more pre-work than the actual job at hand, such as taking down the old fence, setting up a temporary fence so you can actually work in here and keep your animals out, give you a work zone, pulling out the old post. That's all much more than digging a hole and putting some concrete in the post. And then the cleanup afterwards, you know, getting all your stuff out of here and making sure that it's all secure. But in my haste to get this fence up, I pulled out a post right there and stuck in a post right there and paid no never mind to the position. So if you're a perfectionist, you're not going to like this right now. So to line it up with the barn, see that? I would have to be approximately right here, which is approximately 10 feet away from that post. So I just put it where it was, not thinking about this. So if you look, this fence is kind of going at an angle with the barn. We're way off from the barn. And I'm going to put a gate over there, and this whole fence is going to be wonky. And if I turn around, I'm lined up with my post. I'm about 3 feet to the inside here as well. So this old fence is not even going to connect to this new fence appropriately. So for those perfectionists out there, don't watch this portion of the video, but for me, I just need to get it done so I can get my trees planted out here and my greenhouses put up, because it is December and I need to get some things started. So I'm not going to bore you with watching concrete dry, but that's basically what we're waiting for here. All right. Well, as you guys can see, it snowed pretty good this morning, but it stopped and it's already starting to melt off. What I've been told is that the snow usually only sticks around for a day or two, and we only had maybe inch and a half at the most. So it's already melting off, and the work's got to get done. Got to get this fence up so I can put my orchard in, prepare for springtime, and get it growing to start providing for us here on the homestead. The work never ends, never stops. Keep homesteading. All right, I got all my poles in. So if you see the orange string down there, there's 2 poles down there. 2 poles about 50 feet to there. I just put those in with my horse panels and the T-post holding them up for the concrete to dry, even though it is freezing out here. There's the next 2, about another 50 feet that I just did. So you're probably not supposed to concrete in the freezing weather, so don't do what I do. I would imagine maybe the water might freeze, put some cracks, and the concrete will dry with cracks in it, or it just won't be solid. But they're 3 feet in the ground, should be sufficient, and they're not going to be, you know, it's not supportive of anything, just my fence. There's the other 2, and then the last 2 way over there. So I put them about 50 feet apart, not for, you know, any other reason than goats are hard on fences. So they push, they constantly rub on them, and they just bend T-posts over like nothing. So I put them there to support the fence, and also to make it easier for me to stretch smaller sections than trying to stretch 300 feet of fence. If I need to, I can stretch it 50 feet at a time. That's pretty much the main reason. I don't want to have to be dealing with fence problems, and because I'm going to have my orchard over here, I don't want the goats pushing through and destroying my orchard or anything like that. So it's pretty important that this fence stays intact, and I don't want to be mucking with it in the future. That's why I space those pipes not so far apart like that. Yeah, bucket by bucket when your water hoses are frozen. That's how we do it out here. Bucket by bucket. All right, phase 2 of fencing. I got these poles concreted in. I got my first set of horizontal pipes cut. These angles, which were crazy difficult for me anyways, to cut those angles. Got them set in. So now I have to weld. So these sections here are designed so you can pull fence. So you can connect your fence on this and you can pull it really tight and the poles don't come over. If you just had one vertical pole and you pulled on it, it would probably just bend in the ground, pull the dirt over. So this makes it super strong. And you probably saw that I did a bunch down the field, so there's like 4 more sections like that. Not that I needed them for fence pulling, but I needed it to keep it horizontal because goats are just so rough on fences, but scratching themselves and pushing up on it. So yeah, I got some welding to do. Bought my own welder finally. I'm not a professional. Be my 3rd time welding. So yeah, wish me luck. Here we go. not what I was expecting. It's what you get when you get a novice buying a product for a job that they don't really get. So that little 30 gauge wire is not filling the gaps on these pipes. It's just not enough. It's not hot enough. I need a stick welder, unfortunately. Unbelievable.